Clip 89, percentage decimal multipliers. So this is another way of using a calculator to calculate percentage change. So we're going to start with how can we create this multiplier if we're given we need to increase or decrease by a certain percentage. So let's say the first one you want to increase by 18%. So the way to do it, you always start with 100%, and then you're going to increase, you're going to add. So increase means add, and decrease would mean take away. So you're going to add 18%. That gives you 118%. Now you've done some work on how to convert from percentages to decimals. So what is this as a decimal multiplier? Well, what I would do is divide by 100 to turn it into a decimal, which will be 1.18. That is the multiplier you would times any number by to get an increase of 18%. So the second one, by 20%. So 100% you start with, add 20% on, and that gives you 120%. So how do you change that into a decimal? Divide by 100, and that gives me 1.2. So times by 1.2. So that's the multiplier for a 20% increase. So let's say I want to increase £200 by 20%. I could just do 200 times 1.2, and that'd give me the answer. Third one, start with 100, add 47, you get 147%. Then how do you change that into a decimal? Divide by 100, and I get 1.47, and that's a multiplier. Right, decimals are a little bit trickier, so just be careful. Follow the same process. 100, that's the amount you start with, plus 3.4% gives me 103.4%. How do you change that into a decimal? Same process, divide by 100. Right, be careful. Divide by 100 means you're going to move the digits 2 places. So 3 and the 0 are going to move, and that makes 1.034. Be really careful with that. So that's the multiplier for a 3.4% increase. Right, decrease. So let's say we're going to do decrease by 18%. So the only difference is this time you're going to do minus. So here we had 100% and we had 18%. This time we're going to take away. So what's that left? 82%. Same process, divide by 100 to turn it into a decimal, which will be 0.82. So there's a little hint. Increases will normally start with 1 point or 2 point, and decreases will start with 0 point. So that will be what you times by. So say I had £200 and I want to do an 18% decrease, I times that by 0.82, and that would get me my answer. Next one, 100%. This time you're going to do 20% and you're taking away. That's 80%. Change that into a decimal, divide by 100 every time, you get 0.8. Next one, 100 plus 47% gives me 147, sorry, wrong way around, minus. So take away and you get 53%. So 53% divide by 100 and you'd get 0.53. So the multiplier for a 47% decrease is 0.53. So for times, for example, I want to reduce £300 by 47%, you do 300 times 0.53. Okay, and then last one, 100, take away 3.4%. Right, be careful, so 97 will be take away 3, so 96.6 it will be, which when you divide by 100, use this pen all the way through, is 0.966. So the multiplier will be 0.966. Okay, right, so just one quick thing before you go and have a go yourself. So let's say, for example, this one. This is the same as 53 over 100. So you could do £300 times by 100 take away 47, which is 53, and then divide by 100. So that's where this comes from. So there's 6 questions at the bottom here. Before you go and do the quiz, pause the video, have a go at these 3 questions. Just be careful, that one's increase and these 3 are decrease. Okay, so if you've had a go at these, increase by 15% will be 115%, so 1.15 is the multiplier. This will be 129%, so that's 1.29 as a multiplier. This will be 104.3%, which will be 1.043 as a multiplier. And then the decreases, 12% decrease, that will have 88% left, which is 0.88 as a multiplier. 91% decrease means I've got 9% left, which is, be really careful with this, 0.09 as a multiplier. Remember, 0.9 would be 90%, i.e. a 10% decrease. 2.5%, well, that would mean I've got 97.5% left, which would mean I've got a multiplier of 0.975. Okay, hopefully you got those 6 questions at the end, which means you can now go on and have a go at the clip on Hegarty 89.